It was goody YTBC. It was good fight fans, boxing heads around the world. B Marsh with another boxing video. So this is my breakdown and prediction for this fight we got coming up February 18th. It's a non-title fight. It's between the two Adrians. Adrien Granados on the right of your screen, maybe on the left. Depends how you're looking at it. He's on the right of my screen. And we got Adrien Broner, the problem Broner, straight out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And actually this fight is in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the man, it's basically, I wouldn't call it a showcase or a tune-up fight, man, because this guy, Adrien Granados, is a tough customer, you know. The first man to beat him, Mom, and not just beat him, actually stopped the man, gave him a severe beating, man. That man, Adrien Granados, he lit Amir Mom ass up, you know what I mean, because Amir Mom thought the shit was sweet, you know. Amir Mom dropped Granados in the first round, you know, and he thought, okay, this is going to be easy work, you know, but the man, Adrien Granados, is a tremendous pressure puncher. You know, he's a guy who comes forward. You know, he's a tough guy from Chicago. So, you know, this guy, Adrien Granados, could be a problem for anybody at 140, you know. And Adrien Broner seems to be focused, man. You know, one thing about Adrien Broner, I don't believe nothing he says, you know. Yeah, he got to show and prove, you know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words, because he said previously before, especially like after the loss to Sean Porter, that he's going to turn things around, be more serious about boxing. And this man had a tumultuous 2015, you know, run-ins with the law, you know what I'm saying? His that one sex tape where the man had a three-way with a couple strippers going in raw doggy style on these broads. You know, that shit, you know, he had to settle out of court, pay one of these girls, you know, damn near 100K, you know what I'm saying, if not more, you know. So the man spent a month in Cincinnati jail, a place where he's been before. You know, prior to him being a professional boxer, the man Adrien Broner was being charged. I'm not quite too sure what it was. If I'm not mistaken, it was, I don't know. It was something severe. I don't want to say attempted murder or something to do with the firearm, you know what I'm saying? And the man, Adrien Broner, you know, he was back up in the Bing, and that wasn't a good look. But, you know, the man, I was watching actually an interview the man did with Showtime, you know what I'm saying, where Adrien Broner's talking about, you know, that he's actually changed, you know what I'm saying, and he's more mature after that little stint he did in the joint, you know, and he's trying to turn things around, you know. But this is actually a good fight for Adrien Broner, man, to test where he's at, and actually might propel him to bigger and better fights, you know. He should actually still be the current WBA junior welterweight champ. Who actually has that belt right now? Who has that belt? Ricky Burns has that belt. Yeah, Ricky Burns has that belt. And, you know, Adrien Broner should be trying to get a unification, a fight between the winner. After, if he does get through this guy, Adrien Granados, he should be trying to get a fight with the winner of that Julius Ndongo versus Ricky Burns unification fight for them WBA and IBF titles that both these guys hold respectively, you know, Julius Ndongo and Ricky Burns, you know what I mean? But as far as styles, you know, like I said, the man Granados is a pressure fighter. He's going to come forward, you know, but he's not quite the pressure fighter like previous guys that Adrien Broner has faced, you know, even guys like Sean Porter, even though Sean Porter came in a little lighter than he has ever fought in his professional career. I believe the catch rate was 145. He still put relentless pressure on the man Broner, and Broner was back to his bad habits, keeping his hands in his pockets and just not letting his firearm go, you know what I mean? Wasn't letting his hands go, and, you know, that could be detrimental to him in this fight, you know, because Adrien Granados is a guy, like I said, if he keeps coming forward on him, you know, even if he's not missing, even if he's not hitting, but just putting pressure on him, man, to a crowd that will I'm sorry, to the judges. You know, these judges will count those as the man being the effective aggressiveness and controlling the ring generalship, and that's one thing Adrien Broner cannot afford to do. You know, Adrien Broner needs to get back to fighting like he did against guys like DeMarco, you know what I'm saying, or Elroy Perez. You remember them fights, you know, Gavin Reese, where he just took it to these guys with no consequences and repercussions and just straight threw the hammer down on them, you know. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's had problems with even fighters like Emmanuel Taylor. You know, that was a close fight if it wasn't for that uppercut knockdown that he dropped him in the 12th round in Cincinnati. that fight, in my opinion, would have been a draw. You know what I'm saying? So Adrien Broner got a tough task on his hands. A guy who's Adrien Granados, who's a former sparring partner. But if I had to put some money on it, I think Adrien Broner is gonna show out this time, man, and I think he's gonna stop Granados. Granados is a guy. I don't know if he's been stopped. That fight with Felix Diaz, that joint went the distance. You know what I mean? It went the distance. A real close fight, and on the real, Adrien Granados got dropped, I think, twice in that fight, and if it wasn't for them knockdowns, I don't know if Felix Diaz would have got that victory because it was razor thin, man, razor thin. It was a real close fight, and Felix Diaz pulled it off. But Granados, I don't think the man could apply the type of pressure that could deter the man, Adrien Broner, to not want to, let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? And I think Adrien Broner is going to stop this guy. I think a late round stoppage for Adrien Broner, probably 9th round, 10th round. I think he's going to show off out there in Cincinnati in front of his home crowd, and he has a lot to prove, He has a lot to prove, even if he's a 4 different division champ. I wouldn't quite say he's on the same caliber as guys like Sugar Ray Leonard or Tommy Hearns or even, fellas who've achieved this, being a 4 different division champ, you know what I mean? I definitely ain't going to put him up there with the De La Hoyas, Floyd Mayweathers, and Manny Pacquiao as being multiple division champs. Just straight up and down off the caliber of champions he had to beat to achieve them trinkets, But as far as Adrien Broner, I think he's going to show off out there in Cincinnati, put hands on the man Granados, and he's going to look real spectacular, man, and he might do some serious damage, Like I said, these two guys know each other. You see them up there on the screen, you know what I mean? He was a sparring partner for him. For Adrien Broner, I think when he had to fight Maidana. So they're pretty familiar with each other, you know what I mean? And even more reason why probably Adrien Broner picked this fight, you know what I mean? Because this is a familiar guy that he's, been in the ring with, you know what I mean? Even as far as if it just was up to sparring, you know what I mean? So let me know in the comment section what you think about this fight, man. I think it's going to be a good fight. The man Lamont Peterson representing DC. Headbangers Gym all day. He's going to be on the undercard versus that WBA regular champ at 147, David Artavisian or some shit. So, it's going to be a good card, man, for Cincinnati. You know what I mean? Big ups to my man Chris, man. My man Chris, he's a guy who graduated from Cincinnati. Hope you're listening to the video, my G. You know what I'm saying? The man's going to be back fighting in Cincinnati, I'm sure if he was back in Cincinnati and Cincy, you'd probably go check this fight live, you know what I mean? So let me know in the comment section what you think about this fight, Adrien Broner versus Adrien Granados. I got a late round stoppage for AB, man, and hopefully he could get his hands back on a couple titles. Do something pops major in boxing right now, cause he still has a lot of critics who wish it on his downfall, and actually people think this guy's not that good, you know what I mean? That Floyd Mayweather hype that he had, imitation, it could only take you so far, you know what I mean? With 2 losses, you got to throw that shit out the window, my G. You got to throw that shit out the window. You're nowhere near Floyd. And just carve your own legacy. All right, B-March Boxing, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like the vid, hit that thumbs up. If you don't, you know what you could do. And I'm going to catch you in the next vid. 1.